Boston artist and coach for those on their introspective journey, wishing to get a little bit more out of life in a different way than they may have gotten it before. And just wanted to share with you quickly a pattern that I've seen emerge both in myself and others, and how it actually created a series of artwork as well. So I would like to reveal that to you and tell you the story that kind of goes along with it and what I found. So first of all, I feel like there's 3 steps that we are in at any given time, and we get through that step, we get to the next one, and then the next one, and then we come back in the circle and repeat it again. And there is no time limit about, whether you're in the first step for, 5 days, 5 years, whatever, versus step 2 versus step 3, or you could be in any of those steps at different times based on the different kind of area in your life. Anyway, that probably was way too confusing of what I needed to really share with you. So the first step that I see is everything looks fine. Everybody thinks that, we're doing well. We might think that we're doing well. We've succeeded in some goals, and, we have things the way that we like them, and it all looks good. And people maybe close to us might say, are you sure? Is something going on? No, I'm fine, right? So that first step is the I'm fine kind of cycle that we go through, and just, tell ourselves, tell other people, we're fine, even though inside we do feel something is a little off, and maybe it gets a little bit more off, and we are like, wait a minute, maybe there's something to get curious about here, right? So we get curious about it, and we're like, maybe I'm not okay. And so that step 2 cycle is, you're right, I need to make and want to make some changes, right? And that's when we might tell our friend that, spoke to us and say, no, you're right, we're not fine, or I'm not fine. I do want some support in this, whether it's just accountability, whether it's just to listen, might need someone to listen, or whether there's some bigger action steps that you just don't know what those steps are, right? You may know the next one, but then you might not know the next one, right? So that's when we usually tend to ask for support, whether it's a coach, a mentor, a therapist. Again, a friend, you don't know what it might be, or just a self-help book it might be. So that's that second phase where we're like, oh, you're right, I do want help with this. I can't see what the steps are. I'm not sure what this is going to look like. And it gets kind of messy. It's kind of like the messy middle, right? But then, we take each step, and it's starting to feel a little bit better, and we're getting through it. And so then the last step is us kind of getting back to that first area where we're feeling okay. We see the steps now. Maybe we're looking back a little bit and see the steps that we took to get there, and we're kind of at that next level. And it may have just been a slight change and a slight level up, or it could be a huge leap, right? That doesn't matter. Again, it's just these steps that I see over and over again of things look great on the outside, but in the inside, or someone close to us notices something's just a little off, but we're fine. Then we go inside ourselves, and we maybe look around a little bit, and we're like, you're right, something's not quite right, or I'm ready to level up, or I'm ready to move to a different place of service, or really step into my purpose, or there could be many things, right? And so that's like, kind of raising your hand first, the support. And then that third step is having that support. It looks a little bit cleaner. Again, you can see the steps to it. So in this last minute of this 5-minute video that I wanted to share with you, I'm just going to show you some art that goes along with that. So this is to represent that first step. So this is where everything looks good, kind of buttoned up, like the buttons here, but there's all the layers that we have underneath of us, and again, it really looks good and kind of maybe buttoned up on the outside, but underneath there's some movement that is saying, maybe it's not okay, but I'm just gonna say I'm fine, okay, I'm fine, right? And that shuts people up. Then in the second layer, when we're like, maybe I do need some support. Maybe things aren't as great as I thought they were. And so this is kind of like the life rafts. Like we're raising our hands and saying, yeah, I do need that support. You know, things aren't that great. I don't know what the steps are, but I do believe that you can help me, or I'm going to seek the help that I need to get, you know, that alignment back that I feel is off. And then the last piece is things, you know, we're a little messy, but we start to see the steps, right? So that's what these pieces are. We see the steps, they're not in a line, but we got that support and we're feeling good again, and like kind of we're pulled together again, you know, back on the surface, and things seem to be going well again, and we kind of are like, okay, I remember these steps, and I can take them if I feel a little off kilter, or I can keep going through these steps to feel, you know, like I've moved the needle and I'm back, you know, up to the place where I feel like I should be. So that's why this piece has these steps on them, again, that are not in the same order, but it can show you like what they are, and you can feel like you have made progress towards your goals or desires or dreams. So I hope that you found that helpful. I hope that you can recognize maybe where you are in the cycle and say that that's okay and that that's normal, and feel supported, that that is, you know, just the way things go, and that's how we process things, and that's how we move through life. If you'd like more support than just looking at the art and understanding what those processes are, please reach out to me. I'd love to see how I could support you in a coaching session that's complimentary. I'll give the link to that in the email as well. But yeah, I mean, just know that it's okay. It's okay to say that you're fine. It's okay then to decide, maybe I'm not so fine and I'd like some support, and reach out for that. And then of course, you know, as you're getting that support and seeing the steps and understanding kind of where things are and where they're misaligned, and they'll pull back together again, and you'll have those steps to repeat, because we do often find that that's necessary to repeat some of the lessons or get through things that might be a little bit tougher. So much love and creativity to each of you. Again, reach out if I can be of more support. Thank you so much.